Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So we have a bunch of things that we need to look at today. We are going to send a train up because I actually want to go down to Novice again. Now, one of these things would be this. I think what I want to do is double this. I just want to take basically this. And go up here. That's fine. Probably want to get rid of that, yeah. We'll take this and we'll put that out here. And then we'll go down. Now, I'm not sure. I don't have any of these modules, yeah. I'm a little bit confused here, but we can put 3s in here. I'll do that. We want to try and get rid of these. Ideally. Oh yeah, you're gonna eat a ton of modules up here, yeah? That is pretty expected. Okay, we're still fine on nuclear fuel for now. big for now warning on that though. And that should be fine. Okay, there's still a bunch of those. Okay, that thing is going there. Okay. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's take a look here. We did send the train here because I do need a couple of these modules here. Can they get unconstructed? Okay. I'm gonna put this in here. Not gonna lie. It's a good opportunity to put this in here. And then we'll send that in there as well. Okay. How we doing over here? Okay. That's looking like we have 20 on the way. Ooh, 79k. This is full. Okay. I want to send this just because I can, really. Oh yeah, Vulcanite here is also out. But I do need to get this completed to get it the full effect, basically. That should be full as well. How are we doing over here? That is the question. Okay. Very nice, very nice. I'll be taking this, putting that in my inventory. We have 30 on the way. Okay, yeah, this is gonna have a big boy load of Vita Melange. Vita Melange extract, to be precise. And that's already over. We do have 50 on the way. Wait, what? Okay. Well, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, here. Our favorite planet. We need to start prepping some more things here. We need to extend our Roboport network. By a quite large area as well. We need to reach down here. We both have stone here and uranium, both of which we need quite badly now. Okay. I think this is now done. We put this in here, and this will start the process. Now, we do actually... Okay. We do need this as well. Not sure how our greenbelt production is looking. Not great, not terrible. I mean, it's gonna take... Okay, yeah, we need the sulfur here anyway. I'll take one. Put you in there so we can start this process, because it's gonna take some time to start getting that enriched ready anyway. You are primed and ready. You have all the modules you need. And we do have quite a lot in the logistics storage. Okay, nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So, meanwhile, This is obviously very dependent on other things, but you need about 700 charcoal per minute. And this here is way better than that. I think it's called coke, even. I'd be inclined to change this process up a bit. I'm gonna leave pyroflux for now. And here, we just take this out in its entirety. Like so. And then where did we build those brick things here, for example? This. This here is what I'm looking for. This will be coke. And you will be doing this with some prod modules. Okay, nice. So far, so good. You take this. This goes in here. And that goes in there. That's all that is. This goes down here. And you go down there. That's all that is. We'll see how much we can make with this. Transport belt might be a little bit too slow here. Okay, so this is starting up. It's gonna take a while. Will definitely take a while. Okay, so how are we doing with these modules, my guy? Please. Please. Oof. Okay. We struggling right now. We are struggling right now. I'm assuming. Yeah. Our bot count is going way down. We don't have any iron in here at all. So we're not able to replenish them. So our bot count is going way, way, way down. Well, this is filling up. We are now consuming an increased amount of crushed. So we're probably gonna end up quite nicely in two red belt territory. Okay, so this is basically, give me 2 of these and you have a full red belt. Okay, perfect. Now, one of these we will double this. I'm just gonna do this. This is all we doing. This is all we doing. This doesn't need to be there. So that can go. We'll put the coke in already. That is fine. How are we doing here? Okay, so we are letting a little bit of this through. We're not gonna do that. Turn that off immediately, thank you. Jesus Christ. So... okay, we are climbing. We've been stuck on less than 500. Something like that for a while. So this is a fresh wind. A fresh wind. Yeah, that has pretty much run out. Let me send this again, yeah? So we'll see now that this is kind of going full speed. We can go back here. We can conclude that we need a bunch of things here. There we go. And then stone would be over here. Perfect. So I think that's what we're going with. Let's go up to orbit here. We need to send this guy here. We do have a bunch of this coming. I mean, this is already queued up to be consumed. We are eating through these vulcanite supplies very quickly right now. And turn that off. Turn that off. Well, I would think it's pretty reasonable for us to stay here slightly under 1k. I think that's a pretty reasonable middle ground here. Question is how much we can consume. This here can consume half of that. If this is running full time, we can eat so much, which is the problem, right? This is the actual problem. We have so much vulcanite consumption in relation to how much we're making. I'll send this up here because, I mean, we can save a little bit up here. That would be good. So I don't want to spend any vulcanite that could have been avoided. Okay, let's take a look at our wall production. I don't think we want 24k anymore. I think we want somewhere around 1k. Because what we want to do now is recycle. And we're not recycling by building new. Okay, I also think the thing, I think we can build it here, you know? And you can make what, like 75 per minute, which is pretty big. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll prioritize building ammo over building walls. Let's make sure we have something like 1k in each. There we go. And this is then this. And you will stack to 50. How much is that actually? think it's 25k. Let's see. 50 times 500 is 25k. That is correct. And you probably want to keep filling up until 20k then. We can have another buffer. Couple of chests here for these steel walls if we need them sometime. If we're deconstructing a lot, we know where to put them. Then we do this. And you can make 300 walls per minute, which will spend almost a full steel belt, which is insane on its own. How are we doing here? Not particularly interesting, yeah? Yeah, we did send 7k of that here. Which was both failure and success, right? Okay, you are out already. Instead of me doing this, not inactivity, it's going to be time passed. So every 2 minutes, I want you to go out and fill up these areas, yeah? Because I think that's going to spread it out a little bit as well. This is just something for this particular train. It's nothing I condone. It's just something that I temporarily need. We need 18 casting machines. Alright, we didn't exactly save to put any modules in here. We could have done something like this. But I don't care. It is what it is. Okay, I don't care about this. I want to make sure we have a belt going over there before anything else. So right now, ammo is also not doing particularly well. Okay, let's take a look at our beautiful train here. You have 2.3k. You're gonna have maybe 2.5k before we pass this. So this station here is probably still closed. It is. before you go somewhere else. You're gonna have almost 3k before leaving, which is great. It's basically 3k. And then you're gonna go over here, which is great. We need this. This is also not a high demand area, so that's fine. But we do get all of this in here. That's fine. We can get that rolling again. That's a bit too short there for one. Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, how are we doing over here? Well, you didn't exactly finish this, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, I think this is potentially everything we need. So this here will just be going to whatever. Put that here. That goes there. I need uranium. Sorry, I need sulfuric acid. So we need this particularly to go somewhere. I mean, we can go here, you know? So that side is covered. This side here is also covered. That's fine. We have stone mining. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated. Go here. Here. Take this. Put that here. Take this. We go here. Then take that there. Take this here. Put this here, probably. Put that there. There we go. Let's see. Okay, we have 39k here now. We have 6,000 in there. The downside is the chance of you delivering over here is probably pretty big. Okay, I mean, we are really steady at this level. We are really, really steady at that level. So that's incredibly good. Let's reduce this footprint a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's something. We're down to 1,300 bots here. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Okay. This iron is struggling. It needs some time to catch up, I think. I think it caught up as far as going in here. But I don't think much more than that. Okay. We'll turn this on for now. Hopefully, but I mean, the amount of ammo that we spend must be insane. Okay. This guy is just running around. How are we doing on material science packs up here? We have 1,000. Obviously not gonna go all the way with this, but let's send that. Okay, we need to build, instead of this, we need a thing here. Boom. We need this. This will be uranium ore. This will be uranium ore. And that will go in there. We're still 4.4k here, so we're okay. We're okay. Can we send another rocket over there, maybe? Here. You do have a bunch of these stuff. Let's send you. Let's send you. Steel is looking pretty good right now. Steel is looking pretty good. And this looks like decent enough continuous production. And this should, yeah, this is filled up now, so I think this will start backing up heavily. Ideally, we want steel to do the same. Ideally, we want steel to do the same. Question is, do I send that now, or... Okay, you are delivering 2.4k here. Okay, you have 4k, which is not bad at all. And this production, I think we have to be fairly satisfied with this. I think we have to be fairly satisfied with this. Okay, I am tanking my FPS for some reason. I don't know what that was. We need to keep an eye on these things, obviously. And we probably need to keep an eye on this here as well after I extended this. But, well, I mean, we're doing fairly well, I think. Do we have any... No, we're not stacking these up at the moment. I wouldn't expect them to either. We have, however, stacked up these to the max, which is good. Okay. I mean, with this, let's start requesting these. Let's start. I need an upgrade planner here. This is for walls, right? I'm pretty sure this is for walls. So we can take this to this as well. Oh no, I've made a mistake. This is not... There's a concrete wall between. Oh, there's a step between here. There's actually a step between here. That's even worse. That is even worse. Genuinely worse. Okay. So that's going to be 2 steps. This is going to be even more expensive than previously thought. We'll do that, probably. This is going to be concrete wall. How much concrete do you need? 12. That ain't nothing. Concrete wall, probably 1000. And let's do 4000 here, just in case they do go somewhere weird. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Let's see if we are getting any of these done. Yeah, please build that buffer chest. Hello. How are we doing here? Uh, 2 seconds. Okay, and I'm a little bit back here. Sorry about that. Now, where were we? The walls are going. This is not really going. It's going a little bit. This is not where you are going, though. We need to do this. This needs to be... uranium ore request. We need a little bit of power here as well. We're going here. You are going to send this to Novice. Uranium ore, launch on cargo full. Go. This is not getting a new thing though, so that's fine. That is indeed fine. I think we'll put 2 radar stations over here just so we can see around this build, ideally. Let's go here and here. We're sending a bunch of things here. Ideally, we probably want this belt to go up there as well. Let's send that. Okay. This amount of iron and copper that we're just eating through here. I would like this to stop. I would genuinely like this to stop. So I can get some other things rolling. Okay, you can eat through a fuck ton of concrete. I mean, you're building 1k, but that's only a third of this, so we can make maybe 100 walls per minute. We're making 85. That was a good guess. I mean, 85 is still 85. We are still sending this, though. How are we doing? Not very well. We're gonna reach the end of the line here with this very, very soon. It's actually heavy girder that is the problem. Okay. Well, we do have 300 on the way. This is doing its thing. You are about to go. I think we're gonna go here, yeah? probably. So that part is working quite well. Steel is also doing quite well. The question is, where do we send our upgrades? So if we have this upgrade thing here, you are going to upgrade from stone wall to concrete wall, actually. I mean, this already needs 3k wall. So we need to be very careful here. We need a lot of wall before we're doing anything. We need a lot of wall before we do anything. Okay, we're checking that out. You have done that. Okay. We're sending all of that to here. And hopefully that's gonna start working. Okay, and we completely stopped stone here because of this. All of these, we don't need them because they're not doing anything. Same with this. We don't need that. We might as well recycle this into these other builds here. That would have been smart. Very, very smart. I did send you a bunch of things, right? I did send you a bunch of things. Cool. Cool. Okay. It's like, that looks like a biter's nest. And indeed, it was. Was a little cheeky biter's nest. Okay, we are doing something like 35 frames per minute. This is partly because we need to stack up these. So you are not getting full value. Okay. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Let's see if these can get constructed. How many bots do we have here? We have 150. We're constructing a little bit too much for 150 bots. Which is unfortunate, but... Let's see if we can remove a couple here. That's okay. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that when I have trouble with my bots. Speaking of trouble with my bots, we're down to 900 here. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. We're struggling a little bit with lubricant as well. How are we doing with lubricant production, though? We do have lots of lubricant here. That's not an issue. This is mega full. It is getting the lubricant in here, so we can increase this and be at least semi-satisfied that this will feed all of it. That would be good. That would be good. I will actually go down here and add these modules to copper production. To save on the pyro or the vulcanite, realistically. So that would be good, saving for that. Okay, nice. Nice. We are getting this. You should be now working full time. So if we take a look here, we can't really do this in anything. So an alternate recipe. Uses a little bit less copper and half of the other things. At least that has an alternate recipe, but the electric one doesn't. What else has an alternate recipe? This doesn't. And this doesn't. Okay. That's fair. Okay, copper is completely out. I think we upgrade this unloading station. So I don't think the problem is copper supply. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be full before the train gets back. So it's definitely gonna be definitely gonna be before the train gets back by a quite big margin. This is only half empty so far. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. This is now mining uranium. It's not quick, but it is mining uranium. This is now mining stone. Not quick, but it is mining. Can we do this, please? How are we doing up here? You're actually going to modules. Okay. Not a huge fan of that, but we do get a couple modules out of that. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So as long as we use this, we are not gonna be able to do uranium ammo. There's no way. So the next step in our power journey would actually be this. I'd be curious about trying this. One of these reactors would be doing 16... No, you can support 16 of these. So it's 1.6 gigawatts. It's 1.6 gigawatts. And this runs on tritium primarily instead. And this has 10 gigajoules, which is way less than this, actually. But this uses a lot more uranium. Yeah. I mean, the terrible uranium is actually also worth something, right? I'm not sure how we deal with that realistically. But we could scrap most of this process then. And we could build way smaller reactors here, I think. So that's definitely something we'll be looking into. This portable fusion reactor doesn't eat... That doesn't eat any fuel. It's this one that eats the fuel. Or? No. I think it's this. Consumes nuclear fuel. Portable. So I'm pretty sure this consumes fusion fuel. Yeah. But this would be a big upgrade for our reactor thing. And our suit, I really want to get up to this as well. But we have a ways left to do this, yeah. Okay, so 1.6k is not a lot. Question is, do we need to take a look at concrete production here? No, not really. Do we have any alternative recipe? Not really. This is very, very annoying to deal with. We can remove this. We don't need this. So if we wanted to make more of this, we'd need to make more of this. Okay. Let's make more of this here then. At least let's do that. So now you are able to make 1500, which is at least almost half of this instead of a third. So we can then even go up to 130, around 120 maybe per minute. So, I mean, not great, not terrible. I think we keep one of these. Two of these. This is gonna make... It's gonna be able to make 150. So there's no way really that we need any of that. So we'll just take that. Ammo is not looking good. We can firmly see that over the course of an hour, we are consuming almost as much as we're producing. And I'm assuming it doesn't count anything that's lost with items that die. Whoa. Okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you guys better fucking construct this, yeah? Where the hell did you go? Okay, fair enough. Jesus Christ. So as I said, I think we're losing ammo that's like on the belts or in the turrets when they die. So our consumption is probably much higher than what it lets out as a thing. And here as well is completely empty. Where are you going now? Okay, can I... Okay, can I actually maybe... CBA, I'm just gonna destroy that. Okay, how many of our construction bots are genuinely busy now? About half. We have about 2k of this wall in here. About 2k of this wall. Let's do this. This is going to be a good experiment to see how worthwhile this endeavor is. Are you eating? There's no way that you can eat a full belt. Okay, now we're tanking the FPS again. Oh, what's going on now? It's me shooting things here. This is not connected yet to anything. Okay, yes. Thank you. Gee. Gee. That's rough. But if the walls can last a little bit longer, then we can protect our ammo a little bit longer. And that's gonna be a win-win for us. Let's see how we're doing with our vulcanite. Okay. We are very steady on this level. Very steady on this level. Okay, you are about to have nothing. This consumes... This consumes 800 per minute. Okay. So I mean, having a couple of these. Why are we sending that there? Okay, are we struggling with fuel again? I think the answer is yes. Not really. In a little bit, but not really. Okay, you did at least get your fuel. And Let's send that. And how are we doing up here? Okay. Well, the physical damage reduction alone. Okay. It's not a terrible field test here, but unfortunately our ammo is not good. Where the fuck did you go? Okay. Okay, you're going somewhere else again. That's unfortunate. So this is gonna be not a good test. But they're not gonna break this as easily. Okay. It does take them a long ass time to break this. Okay. That's a huge difference, yeah. So they didn't even get through, even with us not having enough ammo here. Okay. They killed 3. I mean, if they attack like here, where we have ammo, they're not gonna do anything. I don't even think they're gonna tickle the wall. Yeah, nothing was lost. Okay. I have agreed that this is a very worthwhile endeavor. Very, very worthwhile. Okay, so where are we most attacked? I mean, I would say this is probably 1. This is probably 1. I don't think we have enough to upgrade both of those. I think realistically we'll have a little bit of a gap. And we should be consuming more than we are producing right now. But this was probably a good investment, I think. Still really nice. About 600 we can't upgrade. So we're gonna have to do this in sections, I think. And looking at uranium, I do want this to fill up ideally, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna send that. So we do get it down here. It should be arriving to our uranium processing. We have a rocket inbound. You are doing your thing. That's that. I think we can probably swap this back around, yeah. I don't know how much we have accumulated over time here. Probably not enough. definitely not enough. So this is not gonna last a very long time. Heavy girder is the thing. This technically is mostly missing iridium. How are we doing over here? Okay, this is 17k. So this is doing quite well. We're in line with what we need right now. So we can't really do much more on this. This already has good modules. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay, this is fucking terrible. What can I do? What can I do? Copper is being problematic. Copper is being very problematic. Is it a... we need to upgrade this all the way into the base kind of deal, or what's the problem? I mean... we are cheating by putting this here, yeah? So I don't know if that would help that much. I do think, however, that upgrading the belt up until this point might be worthwhile. I even think, actually, now that I think about it, why don't we just do this? Go all the way through. And then here. We take this out. I know this is difficult. This is not really optimized for doing what I'm doing right now. It would almost be easier to do this. Here. Ideally, I'd like to do something here. Okay. Can we do that maybe? Not sure. That's gonna help. Let's upgrade this here as well. So I think these are 2 full red belts. We can probably get a little bit more throughput by doing that. So I'm just fixing small throughput. I wouldn't even call it mistakes at this point, but it's small throughput things. That we have to deal with. Gonna say 5k here. So ideally, I think this can hold 50k, so that's not really gonna be an issue, right? So then you'll fill that up before that can become an issue. Did you do all of this wall? You did. And it's repaired and everything is Gucci. Okay, okay. Okay, that's perfect. And it does protect our ammo a lot. Okay, here is a mistake. Problem is I need to do this everywhere, you know? How about... Okay. Did we get this thing going? We did. How we doing? Okay, not particularly good. But when we do frames, we are doing like 40. Which means that we are struggling hard up here. I mean, I should have gone up to better walls a lot sooner, I think. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade that. These corners are also very heavily bombarded with stuff. Okay, at least uranium is working. We should be back to having this full time, and our power should be done for now. Stone is also improved here. We do have more stone coming. I don't know if this is gonna be full or what. Pyroflux is doing okay. We're gonna send these for a long time. I don't think we're gonna catch up anytime soon. But at least we have a continuous stream. And I think these are able to work all the time right now. Which is great. Steel has stacked up, which is great. Wait. Coal is not doing well. Interesting. Okay. But either way, right now we're doing pretty well. So I don't know what bottlenecks we should be working on next time. But I am assuming actually Vita Melange is one of them. Although this is pretty done. Does that mean you're getting it now or what? We could. This is... We could do 2k. Genuinely, that wouldn't be bad. We'd get more of this. We're getting 1 per minute. Not very good. Alright, here I can see my global. So the last... We're doing 0.7 per minute. On the last 10 hours, we've been averaging a bit more, but we've also been doing other types of research, so... Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you like my content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a really nice day.